Bonjour, comment allez-vous? This is the Crypto Kid podcast, and today we discuss Bitcoin hits 80,000 US dollars. Now, let's see if we can go in here because my background is masked and I have not requested that. So let's see here. Let's see with the pop out dashboard menu. So it gives me an automatic masked background. But if I want to show something, if I just want to just have what I have, um, it because the point being is I can't control the background. So I got to figure out when did this start because this just began happening. Okay, so right now, Bitcoin overnight trading. The market will tomorrow is Veterans Day, a federal holiday. Therefore, Bitcoin will not open until the market will not open until. Okay, so now Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin was trading at 79,834 US dollars, and now it has dropped. It hit a high of $80,802. What I see is happening is that overnight investors, they're getting their share of the market. They will continue to increase the value of Bitcoin to possibly 81,000 US dollars. And then what'll happen, and you should be prepared for this soon as the markets open in Manhattan on Tuesday morning, the hedge fund investors and investment bankers will likely go through a sell-off and sell Bitcoin down from 81,000 US dollars all the way down to between 74,000 and 75,000 US dollars. And then Bitcoin after that will surge back up towards 85,000 US dollars and reach that by next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, I should say. Let's find out the price of Ethereum. Ethereum has been trading over 3,000 US dollars. Ethereum is now at 3,117 US dollars. Let's look for some Bitcoin news. Bitcoin breaks 80,000 for the first time. Over Trump optimism, Trump win drives Bitcoin to 70,000 K. Plan B sets 500,000 as the target. Bitcoin hits $80,000. Why Trump is boosting crypto. So this is just going to continue to occur, and is because Donald Trump is driving the market. So market optimism, traders, everybody is happy. This is a good time to make some money. Sign up for Plummer University for our free courses on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Just hit the link below. One of them will take you to Bitcoin Mastery. The other will take you to Ethereum if you hit Cali Muscle Ethereum. Cali Muscle is my business partner, and he has his own Ethereum coin, and I'm just giving him props. So if you hit that Cali Muscle Ethereum, it's going to take you to a free education on Ethereum. So I'm going to be expanding and adding more courses as far as what are Bitcoin ETFs and meme coins. Meme coins and Bitcoin ETFs are what's dominating the market currently. So be aware of that. That's a heads up. So I need to provide more free courses. Also, I want to give an apology to some of my watchers in Turkey. I was doing a getting monetized in 10 weeks on Bitcoin, and in that I was showing my channel analytics, and it showed that 46% of my viewers are coming from the United States. Thank you very much. 21% are coming from Vietnam. Thank you very much in Vietnam. and 6.8 are coming from Turkey. And I was just focused on the 21,000, 21% and being happy about that. And I said, hey, I need to focus more courses, more training, more podcast time to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in Vietnam. And I didn't say anything about my 6.8% viewers in Turkey. I'm not disrespecting you. I haven't forgot about you, Turkey. Please forgive me for that. I will also be addressing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency in Turkey. And let me know any other growing audiences out there. I will do my due diligence or research to give you the latest regulations. And regulations on Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies in general are changing weekly globally. So the United States has a longer process to get approvals. However, Congress has set in motion a process for the SEC to go through, and you see a lot more Bitcoin ETFs being approved, like BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, MicroStrategy Bitcoin ETF, and World Liberty Financial Bitcoin ETF. So you knew, like, one of the mistakes that Kamala Harris made was ignoring the importance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and the need for protections. And Trump just exploited that and capitalized on that like he should have, because he's reportedly made over $30 million in meme coins. He and his sons, Don Jr. and Eric Trump, are his partners with World Liberty Financial, and the SEC has approved their Bitcoin ETF. So Bitcoin ETFs receiving approval in like Thailand and Australia and South America. So South America is getting on this. I want to work with African countries, whether it's Nigeria, South Africa, Ethiopia, with helping them get a Bitcoin ETF here in the United States. Or we could just do one in the South African markets. Contact me, South African government. I will make it happen. And we ought to do one that is sponsored by the South African government, but not only do one in South Africa on the Johannesburg market, but do one in the United States. So all you African governments out there, please reach out to me. My information is on there. All you have to do is put a comment. There are ways to get a hold of me also through Facebook. You can DM me. I'm very accessible. I'm very open. I want to help African countries take advantage of the power of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. When I wrote my thesis in 2019 on Bitcoin, secure hash algorithms, and blockchain technology, look at that. So it's blurring me out. So I got to figure out what's going on with this screen here, because it has some filter that's been added, and I didn't add that filter on there. So I need to go in there and figure out what is going on with this live stream, and how to remove filters. You know what? Just do a search on YouTube and I'll figure that one out. So what I believe, once again, to do a recap, is I believe that Bitcoin will reach a high of 81,000 US dollars in overnight trading overseas. And tomorrow being a federal holiday, Veterans Day, Bitcoin will continue to rise to that price of 81,000 US dollars. However, as soon as the market opens on Tuesday morning, I believe there will be a massive sell-off that will take the price down from 81,000 US dollars all the way below 75,000 US dollars. So that is my expectations. I'm very confident about that. Just, I've been doing this for 30 years. I know how the markets behave. A lot of good headlines are coming out. That's what I want to compliment everybody. So let's take a look at the headlines, whether it's Bloomberg. Even Bloomberg has a positive, optimistic headline: Bitcoin breaks $80,000 for first time on optimism over Trump. Cointelegraph, they always have good headlines. Trump win drives Bitcoin to 70,000, 76K. Plan B sets 500K target. So yes, so I was saying that Bitcoin is going to break $450,000 US during Trump's presidency. But since it's moving so fast, I had to add, and then I said from January 20th, 2025 to July 20th, 2025, that Bitcoin would break 100,000. I had to add 50,000 US dollars to that to make it 150. And so instead of 450,000 US dollars, I'm adding 50,000 in that to make it 500K, which is a reasonable target. Even CNN is getting in, and Bitcoin hits $80,000. Why Trump is boosting crypto, and they get to be the top stories. I don't like that. That's not fair, because CNN never or rarely reports on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and now they get to be one of the top 3 headlines. So that biasness in media, but I also want to emphasize that, like I said, legacy media and legacy cable media like CNN and possibly Fox News will be relics of the past unless they change their tune, like Newsmax and other agencies, because more people are consuming their news information through social media like YouTube, and people like Stephen Gardner, who has 1.79 million followers. Me, I have 2,402 followers and climbing, and other large media outlets that are out there with their established podcasts, and people trust them and they're consuming the information. In addition to that, many of the mainstream media are getting their headlines from people like myself and Stephen Gardner, because we are providing people with free, unadulterated, unbiased information. We're just giving it to you the way we see it. Even when we give our opinions, we will comment and say, this is our opinion. So it becomes a commentary. But when I give you the news, I give you the news raw and real. In addition to that, we still have some shenanigans going on. Like Arizona needs to clean up this voting process. Kari Lake, a couple of days ago, when they were only at 61%, Kari Lake was down by 61,000 votes, and they had over 1 million votes to count. Then she closed the gap by 4,000 votes. Then she closes by another 3, then another 2. Then it goes up 5,000 votes to give Ruben Gallego a larger lead. And now we're down to 480,000 votes. And now Kari Lake is behind by 50,000 votes. And they cannot get this process through. And this is why, like, Arizona needs to have those votes done, just like in Florida, on the day of election. All of this slow counting, this manipulative behavior, like, no matter what, people don't trust Arizona, because like, out of all the states, people trust Arizona vote counting and process the least. Out of all 50 states in America, Arizona has the most horrible, slow, and untrusted process out there. And then they're wondering why people have no faith in them. And the legislature in Arizona needs to change the legislation so that votes have to be tallied. Like, they had all these early votes, but they didn't start counting until election day. When those early votes came in, those early votes should have been counted. Like, they should have been counting from the moment early ballots were submitted. They should have been counting and tallying what those votes were, so that by election day, they should have only had to count the votes that were received on election day. Instead, you've had all these provisional ballots, all these early ballots. You had 1.5 million early ballots, 1,200,000 early ballots that were not even counted. And when we look at and we already know that the early ballots were in favor of Kari Lake, but she cannot cut this gap and make it smaller. And that's the reason why people don't trust Arizona, because those early ballots should have been counted as soon as they were received. And instead, they counted all the same day ballots. All the ballots that were counted, that were submitted on election day, were counted first. And then they had 1,200,000 early ballots that remained to be counted. And that's backwards. And the legislation branch of Arizona needs to clean that up, because as Arizona should see now, you no longer are a factor in the whole determination of the president the way you think, because Donald Trump leads Kari Lake by Kari Lake. And here's another thing. Donald Trump leads Kamala Harris by 4 million votes. All the Republicans who supported Donald Trump are winning in Arizona. So no one is going to believe that all of a sudden Kari Lake is not going to win here in the state of Arizona. See, this is what Arizona doesn't realize, is that Donald Trump is winning by more than 160,000 votes. Every Republican that Trump endorsed has won and continues to win. Therefore, no one is going to believe that Kari Lake, with the endorsement of Donald Trump, who won Arizona and who has already been determined the U.S. president, cannot beat Ruben Gallego. Because Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, nobody has come and endorsed Ruben Gallego. Ruben Gallego has absolutely no endorsement from Bill Clinton, from Kamala Harris, from Tim Walz, from Eminem, from Barack Obama. All these people that have come to the state of Arizona have not endorsed Ruben Gallego, including Kamala Harris. So why should Ruben Gallego win over Kari Lake, who was endorsed by Donald Trump, who has won the state of Arizona, who already has 312 electoral college votes? See, and they want to hold this up. Donald Trump already has 312 electoral college votes. Donald Trump leads Kamala Harris by 4 million votes. And he was leading by 5 million votes. And California is only at 70% of counting their votes. So with that, in California, with the Senate, Steve Garvey might still win. Okay, he's losing by about 3 million votes. So I don't see, like, the only way that could be possible is that Steve Garvey didn't seek the endorsement of Donald Trump, which would be a flaw on his part. So with that, this is the Crypto Kid, Daniel Plummer, signing out. I'll give you more information. We know that Kari Lake is going to win here in the state of Arizona. We know that there's like 480,000 votes in Arizona that still need to be counted. They've already counted 90% of the votes. They only have 200,000 left. And that's why they're playing this game, because there's like 200,000 votes left in Maricopa County. And then there are a little more than 200,000 votes in the rest of the state. So they're slow counting in Maricopa because, first of all, Kari Lake should have won the votes in Maricopa County over Ruben Gallego. So this, and they're just trying to slow count so they can finally, at the last minute, turn it over to Ruben Gallego. So that's the little hack that is going on right now. So of the 200 and 2,000 votes in Maricopa, they're going to try to give all of 100% of those votes, 202,000, to Ruben Gallego, so that there's no way that Kari Lake can cut that 50,000 vote lead that Ruben Gallego has. So, yes, I am calling you out, the state of Arizona vote counters. You have those 202,000 votes, and you know what? Go ahead and do that. Actually, Arizona, just go ahead and do what you're possibly plotting or thinking, which is to give Ruben Gallego the remaining 202,000 votes in Maricopa County, because that will trigger an automatic recount anyway, and that will be discovered, and then that'll, like, please do that, because that'll help the whole country see the shenanigans in mal behavior that is going on with election integrity within the state of Arizona. And this is just absolutely ridiculous what is going on right now. So, and so there's clear malfeasance going on in the state of Arizona when it comes to counting these remaining votes. And that will just trigger a recount. And so the people that are responsible for this behavior just don't even understand it. Let them learn the hard way. That's why there's a legal system out there. So we'll just have to go through the judicial process about this. Anyway, this is the Crypto Kid. Stay positive. They still have to count those votes. Maybe they might discover this podcast and realize that people are watching them, and then they'll do the right thing, and then this will be over. I know you're going to win. Kari Lake, God bless you. God bless everybody. Take care.